Liverpool home. We speak with an accent exceedingly rare. Meet under a statue exceedingly bare. And if you want a cathedral, we've got one to spare. In my Liverpool home. Way back in the 40s, the world it went mad. Mr. Hitler threw at us everything that he had. When the smoke and the bombs had all cleared from the air, thank God, said me old man, that the Barratt's still there. In my Liverpool home. In my Liverpool home. We speak with an accent exceedingly rare. Meet under a statue exceedingly fair. And if you want a cathedral, we've got one to swear. In my Liverpool home. We welcome Gardener's World and its team to this desolate site, transformed into a dream. A great inspiration to folk everywhere. If it grows on our docks, it'll grow anywhere. In my Liverpool home. In my Liverpool home. We speak with an accent exceedingly rare. Meet under a statue exceedingly bare. And if you want a cathedral, we've got one to swear. In my Liverpool home.
Right, so this video is spawned off a recent comment I received on my Dingle Point video. Now, I've always sort of maintained that the only original working feature left from the 1984 Garden Festival is the Britannia pub. However, I stand corrected. So apparently back in the day, I can't remember this, there was something called Home and Garden feature of the Garden Festival. And basically it was like developers like Wimpey and Barratt built houses, and there was 6 in total, and they are still there to this day. Now, originally the comment said Priory Close, but I've had a look in there and it's not there. It's something called Priory Close. So after the Fezzy closed, they kept those 6 houses and just basically built around it. Back in the day, there was no road like the festival road as we know now going through this. It was just like land for the Garden Festival. So the houses were kept and they were sold off, and they just built other closes around it as well. There's one house, I've called it house number 6, right at the very end, and it's sold for a whopping £220,000 at the time. And I think a couple of years ago, it sold for about 800,000 as well. And I've done a bit of digging, and the Echo done an article a few years ago. Now, apparently it was dubbed back in the day when it was made, Liverpool's Millionaires Row. So I thought, you know what, this is interesting. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to show you some old footage of a little flyover I found on YouTube, and you can just see first house just as we come in. Just take note as well to that little circle. We'll come back to that later. There's another house just to the left of it, house number 2. Next to that is house number 3. Then across the road is house number 4. And then there's one there at the swimming pool, which is number 6. But next to that on the right is house number 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to check that out today and see what it looks like 40 years on. Now, all my memories of the Garden Festival, and the reason why I try and do so many videos of the Garden Festival, is because my uncle bought us season tickets when we were kids, and this is his one from 1984. I've also got his 85 one as well. So yeah, we spent quite a lot of time in these festival gardens. So thank you very much for that, Robbie, and rest in peace, mate. So just imagine that footage you've just seen there. This road did not exist. This road was built after the festival closed, and as you can see today, it's quite a busy stretch of road. So those houses you've just seen there as well, as I say, they were just part of the Garden Festival. Right, so just approaching now. So we come to something called Beach Avenue, and this house here is the house that you can barely see on the footage, like the L shape. So that's the first one we come to, and obviously these were not there as well, so all was built after it. So if you also remember that little circle, still remains to this day. Look at it. So we're now entering Priory Close, and that was one of the houses. Probably got the original windows by the looks of it upstairs. Most of these on the left were not there. So when it bends, there's another house. So what's that, 1, 2, yeah, so I can see the third one now. See, all these are all new. These wasn't here when the garden festival was here. So this one here as well. This was another one of them. House number 3, as I like to call it. There's house number 4, directly in front. Six Lawndale. House number 5. And this one's house number 6. This is the one that's getting ripped out. Sold for 800,000, I think. So yeah, that's the one. That's the money shot. So, yeah, just get me bearings. So that is house number 5. It does bend round there, but we don't need to go round there. Yes, that was 4, 5, and 6. You can't really see much, like. It's nice and quiet, like. So yeah, that's house number 3. As I say, all these were near at the time of the festival gardens opening. It's only a short one, like, but short and sweet. This one for me has got to be the money shot. It looks like, if you zoom in, they could be the original windows. That's nice though, that one, I like that. One of the homes of the future. And that as well. That little round brick feature there. It's quite nice. I like. As I say, the final house, which is the one that you don't really see much of on the video, is just nestled right on the corner of Beach Avenue. So just there. As you can see. Right, so next door to Priory Close, we have something called Moel View. Now, Moel is a famous mountain in Wales. So this was built again shortly after the garden festival closed, and at the time you could see Moel. So there's the houses there, and there's the view. 2024. So everyone knows the best viewing area for Moel is Tesco in Park Road. Right, so that was a look at apparently the 1980s original Liverpool Millionaires row. So information on it is quite scatty. I'm only going off what the Echo article says, and we all know the Echo is full of absolute crap. So yeah, before I do go as well, thank you to Mr. Sanderson for commenting on the Dingle Point video and alerting me to this, and obviously bringing this content to everyone's viewing pleasure, and I hope it does well. So yeah, the original Millionaires Row, most people go on about Millionaires Row of Liverpool, but it's actually in Formby, where Klopp and Gerrard and all that used to live, so or Merseyside as they call it. But the original Liverpool Millionaires Row allegedly was right here, and I'm just sat outside the Garden Festival now because I've just tried to gain access and I can't, it's locked up. Yeah, quite an interesting area, and I'm sure there's more features left. I've just had a little walk down Priory Close there, and it is a bloody eye-opener, so probably expect a video soon from that as well. It's just mind-blowing as well. So yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next adventure.